Can you see the patch job? Right there. That's the rest of the bricks. And right there is a patch job. Done by me. What happened was, one day I was over here at the apartments and I was walking around the back carport and I noticed that the bricks were bashed in about 2 inches right at that spot. And that's right in front of where one of my renters would park. And I looked at her vehicle, and sure enough, there were scratches on the front bumper of the vehicle that that matched where the bricks were bashed in. So I went over and knocked on that renter's door, and I asked her if she knew anything about it. She said no, but my 15-year-old son is learning how to drive. So it looks like the 15-year-old jumped the sidewalk, bashed in the bricks, and didn't say a word. Didn't tell anyone. You know, as if I wasn't gonna notice. As if I wasn't gonna see it. You know, oh my God. You know, why does a 15-year-old need to learn to drive over at my apartments? I mean, can't he find an empty parking lot somewhere where he can learn how to drive? Why's it gotta be over here? Anyway, the bricks had been, you know, broken in about 2 inches. The damage was minimal. You know, if he had gone another 6 inches, yeah, the damage probably would have been extensive. But luckily he was able to brake in time, I guess. So my renter offered to have her husband fix the damage. All right, so he didn't do that. You know, I thought about it, and you know, I decided to fix it myself. You know, instead of, you know, trying to hire somebody, trying to get the money out of my renter, I just decided to go ahead and fix it myself. You know, actually the materials, bricks are pretty cheap. Bricks and mortar are pretty cheap, so you know, it cost about $20, which the renter paid, and I did the work. As you can see, I'm not a bricklayer. I think I did a decent job, but you can tell that something happened there. It's really not noticeable unless you're looking for it. And it, you know, I started at the bottom and worked up to the top, and it looks like by the time I got to the top, I was a better bricklayer than when I started at the bottom. You know, probably the hardest thing was finding matching bricks. You know, there are so many types of bricks out there that, you know, it's hard to find an exact match. It's hard. So I found a similar match. You know, you got to get the right color, the right size. So I think I did a pretty good job, considering that I never laid bricks before. And by the way, the stuff that goes in between the bricks, it's mortar. It's not concrete. I guess concrete's too hard. It'll crack, and mortar's more, it's softer and you know, more flexible. You know, I guess I really didn't know that until I googled it. Lucky I didn't put concrete there. But yeah, so what I did was I put in these parking stops so that it's less likely for people to jump that sidewalk. Now that sidewalk's pretty wide. I mean, you wouldn't think that somebody would you know, jump the sidewalk and hit the wall. But if it can happen, guys, it will happen. So I put in these parking stops. That was my solution. I mean, somebody can still jump over the parking stop, that's for sure, but it's harder. And you know, you can see that they're taller than the sidewalk, and it backs the car off a little bit more from the sidewalk. So, you know, I've seen like only like one other building in this community that has parking stops. So, you know, they're taking a chance, people hitting the wall. I have seen other walls hit in this community. So, and you know, you just think about how many cars are pulling in and out every day. Sooner or later, somebody's going to do it. So that's my solution. Hopefully it never happens again. I think that's the best that I can do. And you know, the parking stops, actually they weren't that expensive. They're about, how much were they? I think they were about less than $50 each. I had them delivered. They delivered them for free. I did paint them myself. I think they look pretty good. And as you can see, people have already, you know, run up against the parking stop with their tires, which is fine, as long as they don't hit the wall. That's all I care about. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for listening. Adventures of being a landlord, let me tell you.